So let's jump straight into qualifying then. So this was my best qualifying lap into the first corner. Now the annoying thing is I think that when I did my time the track was still fast, so there wasn't a lot of grip, but at the end of qualifying it went to optimum, but I ran out of time to get a lap on the optimum track unfortunately, so my lap time was nowhere as good as where it could have been, where it was on the optimum track for the second qualifying. But now that's us through the first sector here. I do apologise if there's a bit of a fan noise, I've got my new PC in the background. And into the fast left-hander we go, very careful not to clip the curb on the inside there. Into the corkscrew, the most difficult section of track, 3-story drop, and down that corkscrew into the final sector here, fast left-hander, wee bit of a weird braking point there, and then into this right-hander. Very easy to lose the car here because there's just not a lot of curbing, very easy to touch the gravel. Into the final corner we go, and let's see where that time puts us. As I said, if I'd done a time on the optimum track I think we would have been much higher, but we ended up qualifying P10 there unfortunately, which was nowhere near where I think I could have qualified, but a great time by Toby there, and yeah, let's move on to the race. So let's jump straight into the race and see how we get on. Not the best of starts. For some reason the game put me quite far back from the car directly in front, but into the first corner let's see what we can do. We've got Hunting Chalk in that black Porsche there, Hammer on the inside. We're kind of boxed in here as Hammer's in front of us, and we've got Porsche on the outside. Into turn 3 now, Porsche really early on the brakes, Mercedes goes into the back of me, and yeah, that was my fault. I just did not expect that Porsche to be so early on the brakes. But now here, I thought that I hit the Mercedes because, oh, a big crash in front of us as well, 2 cars off. I thought that when I went off, I saw the Mercedes spin in the background and thought that I'd hit him. But then I looked at the replay and realised he hit the back of me, but I didn't know that at the time and let him through. But then it turns out that he ends up holding us up quite a bit in the race, so that was a wee bit annoying. There, 2 of the cars going off there again, the first time through that left-hander, bit of quite chaotic in this first lap. Now here, we've got Tango on the inside, who goes on the gravel into the corner. I think I'm ahead, go to turn in, and then he's much later on the brakes than I expected, and we have a bit of contact there. I didn't realise he was still going to be alongside when I turned into the corner, because when I hit the brakes I was fully ahead and then he was side by side into the braking zone. Hammer there just died into the wall, going through that left-hander. Now here we're just on the back of SLRJ, trying to get into P7 if we can, into the right-hander, see what we can do. A few minutes later we're on the back of J again, trying to get past, but we clip this curve on the inside, touch the gravel, and it completely puts the car sideways. Very frustrating. I did not expect to lose the grip on the gravel, so that put us down to P9 unfortunately. But let's see what we can do in the second race. We finished P10, but let's see what we can do in the second race with an optimum qualifying. So now let's move on to the second qualifying. This was our best lap into the first corner, vital to get a good apex here. It's a double apex. Try and get the lap off to a good start. Into this right-hander, you got to be careful you don't push too hard. We've got a car in the middle of the track, close call there. Got to be careful we don't push too hard through this double right-hander, just because if you go slightly wide and touch the gravel, that's your lap over because it just spins the car. Into this left-hander, you really got to trail brake into the corner and get a really good exit out of here. See what we can do. We're up on our time, about half a second up on our lap. Into the left-hander we go, and getting a good line through there. Now into the final sector, coming into corkscrew now. Be careful not to lose too much grip. Down the hill, down a 3-foot drop, 3-story drop, and then into this left-hander. Usually you can just use a lift, that's what I do, or you can tap the brakes, kind of depends on the car I think. Into that right-hander again, making sure you use your trail braking. Into the final corner we go. See where this lap puts us. As we come to cross the line, we'll just have a quick look at the qualifying results. So we qualified P9, but I was about 1.2 off of pole. I knew there was more time in the lap, but I felt I did much better than the first qualifying. So now, green lights and away we go. I said that a little early. We've got Andy on, oh sorry, no, that was Jay on the inside in the Mercedes into the first corner. We're on the outside, which is not where you want to be into the first corner, especially at this track with a double apex. Very easy to lose positions. Wee bit on the gravel there on the exit, just a bit of understeer into the right hander. Get a nudge from the McLaren, who puts us into the back of Mercedes. Big pile up behind us. I just got hit by the McLaren in the braking zone, similar to what happened with me and Hunting Chalk in race 1, but then that Mercedes went into the back of everyone else. Here Hunting Chalk rejoins, takes out Roach. I have no idea what happened there. I'm not sure, did he lose it on the gravel? Because if he meant to rejoin like that, that was a really bad rejoin. So I'm not sure if he maybe just lost it on the gravel. Chaz there outbroke himself in the braking zone. Now we're 6 seconds from SLR Andy, but if we skip to 6 minutes left, about 20 minutes later, we've caught up right back to the Andy, and he spun. Oh, he saves it. That was a really good save by him. We're up into P4. On stream, I actually said he's binned it, and then he suddenly saved it. Great car control by him. Into this right-hander, struggling on the old tyres, and I just clipped that curb, and that allows Andy through with only 2.5 minutes left. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get past. You can see my car is a bit destroyed because I was doing donuts at the end. But we finished P5 in race 2, so happy with that. Now, unfortunately, that is the end of ACC and Project Cars 2 at Xbox on PLR. But I want to say thank you for all the admins for all their hard work. We didn't have the best of luck in the championship, but it was good fun and it was a great job of them organising the championship. So thanks again for watching, guys. See you again next time.